Hi again. My name is Rebel and I am the Rebel Reseller, and I am doing back-to-back videos, so no wardrobe change for me. I'm getting my watch solds together for you for just this past week. That would be December 6th through December 9th. We're going out of town at the end of the week, so I'm trying to get all of this done early so Robert can get it edited and ready to be released on time while we're traveling. Normally I look this way for my cheat sheet. I've put it right here, so you'll see me do this just to make sure, because not all the time what's showing on the screen is what it actually sold for. So I've gone through my solds already. All right, this is a big one because I just wanted to share lots of examples, especially of the plush that I am selling, hopefully to put that image in your brain that says, ooh, let me check this out. I remember her showing this in one of her what solds. All right, I'm going to get started now. All right, these first three, well, this first one of the three bears, I had gone to a yard sale probably last year. And they had just tons of this vintage carnival style plush, and I filled my car to the brim with stuffed animals. I think he let me have all of it for $20. It was a lot of plush. These were part of it. Somebody already left me feedback on it. Their adult child had these when they were younger, and she's buying them to replace a fond memory, I guess. But these three bears sold for best offer of $10. I'm moving plush. I'm moving stuff. If the offers that are coming in are even reasonable and I know I'm going to make a profit, I'm getting ready to go sourcing. I'm going to fill a trailer with stuffed animals. So I need to make room. No ifs, ands, or buts. I need to make room. This is a first year's Winnie the Pooh plush. It had a little jingle bell in it. Sold it for $8.05. I pick up all things Pooh. This is an outfit that went on a Tonka Pound Puppies, the large plush, like 18 inches long plush. It was in terrible condition. It wasn't going to be salvageable. I took the outfit off and washed it, listed it, sold for $8.96. I featured this recently in one of my hauls. I paid $5. This is from Krisha Creations. It's just 7 little stuffed animals. I want to say they're probably 8 inches tall, still in their box, and I took a best offer of $20 for it. This was nice because I was able to take 2 priority shoe boxes and telescope them, and it was fit perfectly. Don't be afraid to telescope priority boxes, but don't ever use the flat rate boxes. You cannot alter them. Some people say otherwise. I just wouldn't risk it because it's all up to interpretation by whatever mail handler is touching it. I always pick up vintage Christmas. I think I paid $1/4 for this at an estate sale along with a bunch of other stuff. It was just these little 2-inch paper garlands. Very cute though. And sold it for $8.96. People like to take this type of stuff and they display it still in its package. I've seen elaborate setups where they've taken like small shiny bright ornament boxes. Doesn't even have the ornaments in it, and they make these just beautiful displays. I'm lucky to get a Christmas tree up. I think I'm down to one maybe of these left. These are the Hallmark animated snowmen decorations. I picked up quite a few of them at 2 different sales this year. I had this one listed really high because at the time that I listed it, that was the comps on it. But I always look at offers as a chance to go in and double check your prices, especially if it's been listed a while. And this one was listed during the summer. And the person sent me an offer of $35 for it. You know, some people would have said, oh, nope, decline. I don't decline very many offers unless it's somebody who sent me a $10 offer and then they counter offer me $10 or $9 or $8. That one just irritates me and I decline it. But I've heard it helps the algorithm if you just kind of keep going, even if you're not going to go any lower yourself. I always, if I'm not going to go lower the second time that I send an offer, I always say, best I can do, thanks. But I took this chance to go check the comps, and the highest one that had sold was $45 recently, and there were quite a few that had sold. So I went ahead and countered her at $45 and she bought it. So take it as a chance to check your prices, especially if it's been listed. I've sold 2 sets of this exact lot this round. I've actually sold a lot of this. These were the Lennox silverware I bought when we went on a 26-mile yard sale thing this summer. I paid $30. It was a 12-piece place setting and then a whole bunch of extras in it. And I have sold so much of this. I've actually got 3 different examples of this. But I thought somebody had bought it and then liked it so much they came back and bought it because somebody else bought the exact same 3 sets again. And I'll show you. But I went ahead, I've talked about this before, I've been dividing up my silverware into lots of 4. 4 knives, 4 dinner forks, salad forks, teaspoons, whatever. So this person bought tablespoons, dinner forks, salad forks. Total of the order was $40.35. This was a Cabbage Patch doll windbreaker that I picked up. I bought a whole bunch of doll stuff. I want to say they charged me like $1/4 a piece. This one did have some issues right here. It was losing the iron-on type thing. Still sold it for $8.96. This is just an example of one of the clothing items. I chose this specifically because I have done really well with these denim women's shirts that have like embroidered stuff on it. Even if it's just flowers and stuff, I've done really well with them and they sell through pretty quickly. I did sell this one for $22.21. And again, we're paying like $1 and $2 for most of the clothing items. This plush is by Beverly Hills Teddy Bear, but right on the tag it says World's Softest Plush. Very soft, believe me. It's only a 5-inch unicorn and it sold for best offer of $8. This is Commonwealth. I love that brand. This was a Dalmatian dog, again, by Breeds of Dog Plush, and it sold for best offer of $16. This is Starbucks mug that I picked up at a Goodwill. I want to say most of them, they charge either 50 cents or 99 cents. And this one sold for best offer of $10, and it's actually just going to a town like 45 minutes from here. This was a 1976 Sanrio Hello Kitty plush. I've had it listed for a while, but it had this little backpack with a little miniature bear on its back. I just thought it was adorable, and so I kind of put my price up there, and it did sell for best offer of $15. These are some Holly Hobby oven-proof like dish sets. They're kind of like crock type pottery. I think I paid $1 for them at an estate sale, all of them together. And they had some stains on it, some discoloration. So I ended up taking a best offer of $12 on them, and they're gone. Like I said, I'm all about getting stuff moving. This was a Dimensions counted cross stitch. It was from the lot that I paid $50 for 9 of them, and I took a best offer on it of $25. This is from my Fisher-Price dollhouse sets that I've been buying this year. I bought 3 and divided up the furniture and people into lots. This one sold for $26.95. This was a Wiggles guitar. There was a time when Wiggles sold really high for me, but now it's just kind of mediocre prices, but still a profit for me. I think I paid $1 for this and sold it for best offer of $10.50. This was from my online estate sale. This is a Richie Rich vinyl doll from Good Stuff, and I took a best offer on it of $10. I picked this up at an estate sale, probably 50 cents or $1, but it's vintage totes. I don't think it had been used. Oh, here's my pictures. I did take it out just to show that, you know, what it was going to look like, but I didn't want to open it all up and then try to get it folded up and fit back in the box. No. But I did sell it for $17.95. Definitely look for those at estate sales, especially when they're still in their original boxes. This was from my online estate sale also. I found quite a few opuses in there from Bloom Country, one or the other. And I think I've sold them all. This one was a little bit larger, 16 inches with the little antlers, and he sold for $20.66. This is one of the pluffies. I talk about the Thai pluffies quite a bit. This was Jazzy Blue. Very unique, not one I had seen before. It did have its paper tag, but it had been cut and had some issues. Still sold it for best offer of $15. Another stocking. Like I've said before, I buy Christmas and I sell Christmas all year long. I like the vintage stockings that have like animal motifs to them. And sold this one for $26.95. Here's some more of the Lenox flatware, silverware. These, I called them tiny forks because they were tiny, but I already had appetizer forks. So I didn't know what else to call it. I just called it tiny forks. This person bought all 3 of the sets of 4, so all 12 of them, and paid $29.58. This was a night before Christmas penguin stocking, 18 inches, still had its original tag. Pretty sure it's vintage. It was by Plush Creations, and it sold for best offer of $10. This was from my online estate sale. This is the second one of this plush that I've sold. This was Russ Quincy's Big Fat Yeast Roll from 1991, and it sold for $9.86. These are Starbucks Barista Bears. These, usually I try to put them together when they're the same year, but I have just found that try to sell one, just it doesn't move. But if I put 2 of them together, they seem to do a little bit better. These were from 2006 and 2016, and they sold for $11.66. I picked these up at the Goodwill bins. I had to go digging to find as many of them as I could. These are stencil sets. They were marked HFC 1993. Still had some marks and everything on them. Probably bought this. This is probably over a year old, and sold them for $13.45. This is Wildlife Artists Bass Pro Shop. It was a white-tailed deer. It did make its sounds, and sold it for $11.66. This was from Graphics International, 1987. A lot of them, I think that's Hallmark, but I can't figure it out. Probably if I did some research, I'd figure it out. But very unique, 20 inches with its little cute ballerina outfit, and it sold for best offer of $9. This was from the estate sale I went to specifically because I saw pictures of all the Little Tykes dollhouse stuff. I divided up all the horses individually, and I think I still have one more left. I sold this one though for $17.95. This is another Dakin Pookie bear plush. He's Garfield's little buddy from 1983, and he sold for $22.45. This is a dollhouse size sandcastle. I'm not sure if it was Barbie or, I mean, it even could have possibly been Care Bears, Winnie the Pooh. I don't know. So I just said dollhouse size, showed it with the tape measure, and it sold for best offer of $10. This is a Fiesta Mermaid, 17 inches. I find these quite often, and they're my bread and butter. It sold for $9.86. This is a Sonic Snoring Brown Bear. That's what it's called. It's by the Green Trading Company. I think there's other brands that do this also. When you put batteries in it, it snores and its belly moves up and down. Very unique, very cute. Pretty sure vintage. And he sold for $17.95. I featured him in a haul a while back. This is from Hug Fun, another brand I love to buy. It's more current. This one was a 24-inch moose, and it sold for $17.95. I bought a baggie of Fisher-Price Little People, and these two Zoo Talkers were in there. They have unique bottoms, and I think when you put them into specific play sets, they make sounds or talk or whatever. They did have some marks on it. Individually, they don't sell for a whole lot, but if I can find at least two of them to put together, it's usually better. And sold it really quickly for $8.05. This is a Carter's Monkey. I think I referred in my last What Sold that I had sold this. Not all Carter's Monkeys sell for a whole lot, but here's one of the examples of one that does. This one is 8 inches tall, has a little orange ribbon around its neck, and it sold for $49.95. This is Faltzgraf. It is the like tiered snack tray plates where you can put cookies in if you're all into, you know, hosting dinners and stuff. Not me. We bought a bunch of Faltzgraf earlier this summer. I want to say we paid $50, $60, $70 for a huge tote of it, and I've sold some of it. And this one sold for $22.45. Just, it has the little things so that you can put them on top of each other. This is a Ram plush. It had foreign writing on the tag, but I did use Google Lens, and the one word that I could pick out of all of it was that it was from Made in Israel, which is why I put that in the title. Listed, sold very quickly, like within a week, and sold for the $11.66. We picked this up we were driving through town and saw a yard sale and stopped. This DVD set is from Babylon 5. It's seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I paid $2 each for them, so $10, and sold it for $62.95. This was a vintage candle wicking Christmas tree skirt, the kit. You still had to make it. Had it listed for $40. Just kept getting some lowball offers, but finally somebody sent me a message with an offer that said I was missing something important to this. Some kind of cloth or border, or I don't remember. But they offered me $25, so I decided to just go ahead. That's probably why I was getting the lowball offers, but I didn't realize that there's something else needed to finish this kit. I'm happy with $25. I'm pretty sure I paid $1 at an estate sale. This is, I think I sold 2 of these, but I'm only showing you one, and it's the end of them. These were from my Finders Keepers haul months ago. I paid $1 for everything that day, bought 200 and some items, a bunch of these monogrammed Target stockings, and this one sold for $11.66, and I think the other one did too. This is Littlest Pet Shop. Again, a lot of times if I have dogs or cats, I sell them individually. Some go for a lot of money, and then some are like this, my bread and butter, and it sold for $8.96. This was a surprise. Liberty Toy Raccoon Plush Pillow, 24 inches, $19.98. Don't be afraid to put high prices on stuff that you think deserves to have a high price on it. $19.98. It was very cute, very unique. I probably found something else that was Liberty Toy at the time, and that's why I chose to go much higher. And it sold $62.95. I featured this in one of my recent hauls. I bought this, paid $15 for it at the estate sale where we did the fill-a-bag the first day. The music box worked on it. These were from Japan. The light bulb was broken. After I was taking it apart, I realized this little angel was broken. And then I had noticed the horns on the cow were broken. I would have listed it for a whole lot more if I didn't have these issues with it, which are noted in the listing. And I ended up, it was only listed like a week, and it sold for the $80.96. So don't be afraid to pay up a little bit, especially on these vintage. This one was marked Japan. At first I thought it was Italy. Some of these ones that are from Italy are, just check the comps. In fact, I'll try to see if I remember. I'll put some comps up here of both other examples of this. Again, this I bought at the same time I think I bought the candle wicking set. I think they were from a church estate sale. Just another vintage, like, what is it called? Felt, maybe, but it's to make either a Christmas doily or a Christmas tree skirt. And it sold for the best offer of $15. Here's the other set of the exact same three silverware sets from Lenox. Sold all of them for $40.35. Different buyer. This is a Jester Hippo plush. No manufacturer on the tag. And he sold for, I'm running out of, $10.25. This was from my online estate sale. There were two different ones. Probably had something different about them. That's why you see a number 1 in this. This troll doll sold for $12.25. I got this at an estate sale also. It's a Folkmanis puppet of a bumblebee, and it sold for $17.95. We picked this up at a thrift store, I think when we went to Knoxville. I think paid $5 for it, and it sold for best offer of $25. Again, it was one of those times I went and checked the comps, and that seemed to be a reasonable offer. A bunch of Mickey Mouse figures all put together with some vehicles. I took a best offer of $12 for it. This is Circo Plush Bear. That's a Target brand. Anytime I see Circo, it usually is a decent pickup. Sometimes they sell for a lot, but I did sell the bear for $15.25. These are not the full-size Furbies. One of them was a clip-on, and the other one was like a bean plush, but if you squeezed it, I think it talked. They did have somewhere. Yeah, oh no, the left one is a bean plush, the clip-on is a talker. I listed them together and sold them for $26.95. Now, if you find the other Furbies, the full-size ones with the battery compartment on the bottom, those are definitely bolos to look for, and they don't even have to be working. I've talked about the smiley face plush before. They're usually battery operated, and then they make this giggling sound and they vibrate. He sold for $35.95. Definitely check the comps on anything that has this smiley face on it. This was from my online estate sale. This is Garfield. says 100% angel. We know that's not true. It sold for $17.95. This is Aurora Mayfield milk. We have a Mayfield milk distribution center here in our area. This was from 2014 and it sold for $11.66. My big sale of the weekend. This is from Showbiz Chuck E. Cheese Pizza. This was the Chef Plush 10 inches. Sold him for $101.66. Anytime you see anything that has Showbiz Pizza, Chuck E. Cheese, definitely check the comps on it. I knew I was going to do well with this. I knew it. And it didn't last very long. Listed and sold probably within a week. And I kept getting so many lowball offers. Just if you know there's comps that show that it can go high. I think the highest I saw was like $99. But I always put my price up a little bit because I keep a constant sale on my store. I think it helps with the algorithm. Right now I have a 10% sale going. So I assumed I was going to end up taking a best offer on this because I was sending out like $95 offers and it sold. These next few are from Facebook, just examples of things I'm selling there. These are from the Leapfrog shopping cart. And I think there was also like a cash register that these coins came with and they interacted with them somehow, some way. I found these loosey-goosey in at a yard sale, decided to pick them up, sold the 5 coins for $8. This is just an Aurora Panda plush, sold it for $6 on Facebook. I wasn't doing plush on there, but I have decided to do more on there because they are selling. Tie beanie, not even super cheap either, sold it for $14. This is Wish Pets. It's one of my bread and butter brands. They don't normally sell for a whole lot. I sold this Mr. Wiggles bear for $7. The good thing about Facebook Marketplace, it's 5% fees. You can't beat that anywhere. I have a feeling at some point that's going to change though. This is Applause Tasmanian Devil, 14 inches. He sold for $8. And then this is Folkmanis Snowy Owl Hand Puppet. I sold a lot of Folkmanis this past week, probably all that I have. And he sold for $18. And then my one and only Mercari was this Thai Pluffies. It says Baby's First Bear on it. This one did have its ear tag. I think I have 2 of these. That's the number 1. The other one I don't believe had its ear tag, and it sold for $27. All right, this was a longer video than normal as far as how many items I'm sharing with you. So I thought, you know, there's going to be other weeks where, you know, hopefully not, but there may be fewer things to share. So I'm going to take full advantage of just, you know, showing you. I always say this is where the rubber meets the road, right? I can show you a million plush that I'm picking up, but I need to be showing you that they actually sell and sell for decent profit. So here it is. All right, bye.